Hi, it's Kristen from naturalbirthandbabycare.com, and I am here with my little assistant Jacob today to talk to you about how Sarah Buckley's book, Gentle Birth, Gentle Mothering, helped me to have an ecstatic birth. When I read in Sarah's book about how hormones influence natural birth, and especially how they can help lead to what is called the fetal ejection reflex, which is where the baby just moves down and out by his or herself, I was amazed. One of the things that was the biggest struggle for me with my first three births was pushing. I know that some women feel like pushing is a relief, but many women find pushing to be difficult or even traumatic. And for me, pushing was difficult. Trying to get that baby down was difficult. And I felt like I needed a lot of help from my midwives. It didn't feel natural. It felt like if they hadn't been there, things wouldn't have gone right. And I didn't want that to happen. With my fourth baby, my baby came before my midwife made it. And so I was able to birth him, and he came down and out without much assistance from me. I felt a pushing contraction, and then down he came. I was telling my husband to help me with the baby. That happened with my fifth baby too. With my sixth baby, I discovered why. Because I read Sarah's book, Gentle Birth, Gentle Mothering, and I understood how hormones can lead to an ecstatic birth and how hormones help the uterus do what it's supposed to do. So your uterus has a feedback loop in it. And what happens is when your baby's head comes down and pushes on the cervix and pushes against nerve endings in the birth canal, that sends a signal up to your brain that tells your uterus to keep working, to keep pushing down and help the baby come down, which then pushes the baby's head up against those nerve endings, which goes back to your brain, and it sends a positive feedback loop. When those hormones are uninterrupted during your birthing time, it leads to a smoother, safer birth. And another thing that happens when all of those hormones are getting triggered is it sets off pain relief in your brain. In fact, oxytocin, one of the primary hormones of birth, is a pain relieving hormone. Only the natural oxytocin, which is why moms who have Pitocin or another synthetic oxytocin have trouble. But when you have that natural oxytocin, not only is it helping your uterus contract so that your baby comes down and out without as much effort needed on your part, but it also helps relieve pain. So when I had my sixth baby, and I fully understood this from reading in Dr. Buckley's book, not only did he come down without any trouble, but I would say that he came down without much pain at all. In fact, I was the only person in the room who realized that he had been born, and my midwife did make it to that birth. However, you can see in the video where she's standing behind one of my kids with her hands on his shoulders, and when I say something about the baby, you see her jump because she didn't realize he was born. I birthed him that quietly. It was a beautiful, ecstatic birth. And understanding that hormonal flow, understanding how to use that, how to preserve that, how to protect that, and how to listen to my body, honor my body, and just be part of what my body and my baby were already doing together is what helped me to have such a beautiful, such a peaceful, such an ecstatic and empowering birth experience.